Hello guys, and welcome to today's project of making fruit caviar. Yes, fruit caviar. Caviar would normally be from fish, but in this case, the base flavor is fruit. You can of course make any kind of liquid into caviar using these simple methods. The ingredient lists and links for the ingredients are in the description. Let's begin. The first thing you will need to do is freeze some neutral flavored oil, such as vegetable or sunflower oil. This is important for one of the methods I will show you later on. The next thing you will need to do is to make simple syrup. Simple syrup is basically water and sugar with whatever percentage you want. In this case, I will be making a 75% water and 25% sugar syrup. So I placed in 750 grams of water and 250 grams of sugar into a medium pot. Take the pot over to the stove and turn on the heat to medium to high. We want the mixture to boil and for the mixture to become transparent. Let that boil for a couple of seconds. Stir well and store at room temperature. Once you have frozen the oil and you have made the simple syrup, we can come back the next day. So, let's make the caviar mixture. I will be using blackberry essence that I made. You can check out my video on the top right corner on how I make my essence of berries. Pour 175 grams of blackberry or any berry essence into a pot. Next, pour in 75 grams of simple syrup we had made from earlier. Take the pot over to the stove and turn on the heat to medium to high. In the meantime, while waiting for it to heat up, let me break down some of the other things you will need in order to make the caviar. You will need a precision scale or micro scale. They aren't expensive and I recommend having one anyways. The one that I have measures 0.1 grams. You can get them to 0.01 grams, but that is taking things to the extreme. They are pocket friendly and just handy to have. The next important thing, or should I say ingredient, is Agar Agar or Agar Agar. Agar Agar is a fast-setting agent, but is made from red algae. The one I have is in powder form. Agar Agar is rather widely available. A link for this will be in the description. The reason I have the micro scale is to measure the Agar Agar, because if you add too much to the caviar, it can become too stiff and brittle. After all, you want the caviar to have a nice delicate texture. So take your micro scale and pour in 2 grams of Agar Agar. Then to help it dissolve better, you will need to mix it in with some sugar. Pour in 15 grams of castor sugar. Give that a mix. Now you can pour the Agar Agar and sugar mixture into the liquid mixture. Make sure you mix while doing this. We want that to boil for at least 1 minute to activate the Agar Agar. After the mixture has boiled for at least 1 minute, take it off from the heat and leave it to one side. Now comes the gelatine. I prefer gelatine sheets like this. We only need 1 sheet to assist in the setting process of the liquid. Take a bowl and fill it with some cold water. Place 1 gelatine sheet in. Leave that to hydrate for about 5 minutes. Once it becomes soft and hydrated, squeeze the gelatine sheet, releasing as much water as you can, and take the pot with the berry mixture and put the hydrated gelatine in. Give that a proper mix. So, once you have your mixture ready, let me show you method 1. In order to do method 1, you will need a special pearl or caviar silicone mold from a company called Silicone. This is how it looks like. If you are ever stressed, just turn it around and just poke the tiny cavities. They feel like bubble wrap. Another thing that you will need are syringes, or you can use a squeeze bottle with a fine tip nozzle. I was able to buy my syringes in a hobbycraft shop. Once the mixture isn't too hot, because we don't want to get burned, take your syringe and fill it up. Take the silicone mold and patiently fill each hole. It will take some time, but once you get a rhythm going, it becomes easier. once every hole has been filled, and if you notice that some are overfilled, just take a spatula and try to spread the liquid around. You can also use the syringe to suck up the excess mixture. Place that in the freezer. Since they are tiny, they would freeze rather fast. After 2 hours, take a small bowl with some simple syrup. You can then take the silicone mold out from the freezer. Demold them and drop them straight into the simple syrup. Since they are small, you will have to work fast. If they start to defrost, just pop them back into your freezer. You can do a couple of rows before they start to melt. In the meantime, while they rest in the simple syrup, they will also start to thaw at room temperature. They look like little eggs, or should I say, caviar. Now, the next thing is optional to have, but I have it anyways. They are slotted spoons. They help, but you can use a small sieve as well. This just helps you collect the caviar and to drain them of the liquid. There you go. Just look at this sexy little guy. Now, using the same method, I have got a bigger mold that does bigger balls. They are also a pleasure to press. Just do the same. Fill them up. They are a lot easier to fill. Freeze them, but they need longer because they are bigger. After 6 hours, you can follow the same concept. Get a small bowl with some simple syrup and take them out and place them straight into the syrup. After a few minutes, they are ready to eat. They look like little bubbles or boba from bubble tea. Since we are now clear on method 1 with 2 different sizes, let's go on to method 2. This is where the oil comes into play. Take a tall jar or slim container, pour the very cold oil into it and leave some space at the top. The oil is so cold that it's translucent. Using the same mixture, slowly but steadily in a good rhythm, make a droplet and go around. As the mixture touches the oil, due to surface tension, the mixture will form a perfect sphere and will sink to the bottom of the container. Since the oil is rather cold, it will set the caviar by the time it reaches the bottom. This method is a fast way of making caviar and also a more consistent way. Well, it also depends on the pressure you squeeze the syringe. Don't be a hero and squeeze too hard, because if you do, you will get irregular caviar. This is just so mesmerizing to watch. This reminds me of a lava lamp. Let's speed things up. I love how it just sinks to the bottom, collecting amongst themselves. This is truly very calming to watch. Once you have finished with your mixture, take a bowl and a sieve. Place a cloth over the sieve and take another bowl and fill that with clean cold water. Use the slotted spoon to catch the caviar as you pour it over the cloth. The cloth just acts as a filter for the oil. Once your spoon is full, just drop the caviar into the clean water. This is just another way to make some more sexy caviar. This oil over here, you can either save and repeat the caviar making process by freezing it again, or you can cook with this oil, as it already has been strained of loose caviar. Now, just clean rinse the caviar about 3 times. The oil will float to the top, so just pour the water away and the oil will follow. You know it's clean once you see no more oil particles. Now, to make it extra special, keep the caviar in the same liquid flavor that you made it with. If you make it with blackberry essence, keep it in with some blackberry essence. So to recap and to show you a comparison, if you want a brighter caviar, keep the caviar in simple syrup. If you want a deeper color for the caviar, keep it in the same flavored liquid as you used to make it with. This is also a size comparison. Well, there you have it, fruit caviar. Try and make this, I guarantee you will have some fun along the way. If you do make this, let me know how it goes and if you had fun making it. Thank you for watching. As usual, it was a pleasure having you with us on this journey today. If you enjoyed what you watched, please leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to be notified of upcoming videos, and we shall see you in the next one. Bye for now.